My boss fired me to hire his nephew. This time the labor board fired him. 5 years at that hardware store. 5 years of opening early, inventory counts, teaching weekend warriors the difference between drywall anchors. Then Vernon's nephew graduated college with a business degree, and suddenly I'm not meeting performance standards. Vernon called me into his office on a Thursday, sitting there with his coffee-stained polo and that smile that never reached his eyes. "We're restructuring," he said. "Restructuring what? We're a hardware store with 6 employees. Your position's being eliminated." Except it wasn't. The next Monday, his nephew Cody was behind my counter, wearing my name tag holder with a fresh tag reading Assistant Manager. Same position, same hours, same everything except the person. Here's what Vernon didn't know. I'd been recording everything for 2 years, not maliciously. Started when he began scheduling me for shifts, then claiming I no-showed. Protection became habit. Every conversation about my performance issues that mysteriously were never documented. Every time he praised my work in front of customers, then told corporate I was struggling. The recording from my firing was beautiful. Him literally saying, "Cody needs a job and you're the only one without kids to support." I filed with the labor board that afternoon. Wrongful termination, age discrimination, I'm 47, Cody's 22, and violation of state recording laws that actually allowed single-party consent. Vernon didn't know that last part. The investigator, Beatrice, was thorough. She pulled time cards showing I'd never been late. Customer reviews specifically praising me by name. The schedule showing Cody starting my exact shifts the day after I was fired. But the recordings, those were gold. My favorite, Vernon telling another employee, "Once Cody learns the register, we'll phase out the older staff." Fresh blood, you know? That employee, Raj, had been there 12 years. He testified immediately. Then came the security footage. Vernon had installed cameras everywhere to prevent theft. Forgot they also recorded him taking cash from registers and blaming shortages on employees. Beatrice found 3 instances of him removing money, then writing up workers for the missing amounts. But here's where Vernon really screwed up. He fought it. Hired a lawyer with store funds. Corporate noticed the legal fees. Started their own investigation. Found out Vernon had been hiring family for years, giving them raises while denying them to actual workers, then firing long-term employees right before they'd qualify for better benefits. The hearing was scheduled for a Tuesday. Vernon didn't show. His lawyer did, with a resignation letter and a plea to drop the case. Beatrice laughed. Actually laughed. "That's not how this works," she said. The ruling came down 2 weeks later. Vernon owed me full back pay, damages, and the store was fined $50,000 for systematic discrimination. But the IRS thing, that was the knockout. Turns out Vernon had been paying Cody and other relatives under the table. Tax evasion makes wrongful termination look like a parking ticket. Corporate cleaned house. Vernon, gone. Cody, gone. The district manager who'd ignored complaints, gone. They brought in Anita, this 5-foot powerhouse who'd turned around 3 failing stores. First thing she did was call me. "Want your job back? With the manager title Vernon should have given you 3 years ago?" I said yes. Double the pay, actual benefits, and the satisfaction of training Cody's replacement, who turned out to be this amazing kid named Phoenix who actually wanted to learn the business. Vernon's lawyer sent me a letter last month. Vernon wanted to apologize and move forward. Apparently he's selling insurance now, or trying to. Hard to get hired with federal tax charges pending. I framed that letter, hung it in my office right next to my Employee of the Month awards. All 60 of them. The ones Vernon said didn't matter because corporate nonsense doesn't run stores. Raj is my assistant manager now. We hired 2 more older workers Vernon had fired over the years. Stores never run better. Customers actually compliment the atmosphere. Turns out when you don't spend all day scheming to replace your staff with relatives, you can actually run a business. Cody still comes in sometimes, needs lumber for whatever job he's doing now. Always looks at the ground when I ring him up. Last week he mumbled, "I didn't know it was illegal." I gave him his receipt. Business degree didn't cover that. He left without his change. Vernon's wife shops here too. Told me he's drinking again. Said the stress of losing everything really got to him. I recommended a good therapist. The one I saw after 5 years of his gaslighting. She didn't appreciate the suggestion.